one in a million. A million I've seen a million times before. I'm sure your name's not really Marie, and I'm confident that isn't your living room floor. It says here you like ponies, and I'm impressed by your grasp of political ideas, but there's only so many ways a girl can hide her ankles behind her ears.
Oh, you know what? Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever listened to, everything, all the music I've ever played, all plays an active role in what I do now. I grew up learning to play guitar to Led Zeppelin, to sort of classic rock. So I kind of cut my teeth playing covers at school concerts of Led Zeppelin tracks. Got into punk, pop punk in a big way. A lot of stuff I do now is quite acoustic, quite gently arranged, I guess. But it's still got some pop punk elements in it in terms of style. I think the one thing I could probably say about my music is that it's based around the lyrics. I mean, the music's good, obviously, because it's me. No, I like the music. The music is sound. It's more about the lyrical content, you know, what goes into the telling of the stories through the songs, I suppose. If you're making music that comes from you, I guess, if you're making music that you really like, that you feel, that you like the sound of, it's going to come from everything else that you've done. And it's very flattering when people say to you, I really got that song. You know, I really understood what you were talking about. I know where you're coming from. And you think, wow, that's great. I'm in the process of writing a third album now. I did one album, I did a 4-track EP. I'm doing the third recording, the third record, if you like, now. Trying to think of what's going to go into it. I guess the only thing you can aim for is to make music that you want to hear. Make music that you're happy with at that time, at that point in time. You'd always listen back to what you've done and think, well, that bit was good, but I'm going to kind of leave out all of that other stuff that I didn't really need at the time. You're always going to move on like that. So I guess you just aim to put in whatever sounds good. I mean, sometimes I have a complete idea for a song and say, yeah, it'll all come at once in one evening. You know, you have the music and the lyrics all come together at once. You think, yeah, that's a great song, my heart's completely in it, that's going on the album. And other times you'll think, well, you maybe have an idea for a studio technique. You think, well, it'd be great to have a break that does this, or maybe I'll just get some trombones in, or maybe I'll have like a big choir singing this bit. You think, well, okay, it's a nice kind of motif. I'll make that work with maybe that track that I've already written, or I'll write another song with that at the back of my mind, thinking maybe that can go in now. So it depends. I mean, individual songs come, like if you ask any songwriter, individual songs come in different ways, I suppose. Some are written all at once, some are written over months and months. Ideas for the album, studio ideas come together pretty quickly as well, or might drift around the back of your head for 3 or 4 albums. I mean, I've got albums now, ideas for songs now, that I've had and haven't executed since I was 16 easily. Just thinking, well, that isn't quite right for this album, or isn't quite right for this project, or whatever. But they'll come out one day. I'll write the right song for that trombone solo. It'll be straight in there. Please finish your question about time travel, because you're asking the right person. If I travel back to, say, 1970 and live through from there, I could probably be where I am now again and go through all of that again, at least by the time I'm about 65 or so. So great, I'd get to listen to some awesome music all over again. Fantastic. Although, there is another, you could, if you're going to time travel, you could go back to the Middle Ages and creep the shit out of people. You're like a witch. Everybody just show up in a bolt of light and go, right, serfs, now is the time to obey your master. So from that point of view, music aside, the Middle Ages, just to be like a god amongst men, with fire, you know, making fire with a lighter. But musically, probably the 70s for that exact reason. Not the fire reason, the other reason, all about music.
Let's talk about that, and it's who will be.